Alrighty, so my topic's on how stem cell research benefits the medical community and outweighs its ethical issues. So wouldn't it be great if there was a cell out there that could transform or restructure any of our 210 different cells in the human body? Well, there is, and it's called the stem cell, but at what cost can we use these stem cells? You may be asking yourself, what's a stem cell? Well, a stem cell is an undifferentiated cell that's harvested from a 4 to 6 day-old embryo, and they could restructure and turn into any other of our cells in the human body with the right conditions. Today I'm going to be explaining what stem cell research is, why stem cell research is a controversy, the benefits of stem cell research, and how stem cell research is being used today. In 1998, President Clinton passed a bill to approve embryonic stem cell research because there is two types of stem cells. There's adult stem cells and embryonic. The adult stem cells come from adults, of course, and it comes from our bone marrow. And it's not nearly as regenerative as the embryonic stem cells, so that's why we want to use the embryonic ones. Controversy arises from the harvesting of the stem cells because a lot of religious groups attack the medical community because they believe it's killing embryos and it's immoral. But people that support stem cell research, they rebuttal by saying, how could it be immoral if embryos don't have thought, memory, or conscious, or anything like that? Further saying that, how could you be killing something without a soul? But of course you can't prove that there's a soul or not, but they also say that the benefits also outweigh the repercussions. Back to stem cells. Stem cells transform and regenerate into any cell or in the body. Both cancer and both birth defects are formed by abnormal cell division, and they can both be treated by stem cell research. With stem cell research's regenerative properties, diseases such as heart disease, arthritis, diabetes, they can all be treated, same as with Alzheimer's. In 2000, Bush cut off all funding for embryonic stem cell research, just because of the fact of the moral issues and the ethics. But in March of 2009, Obama signed an executive order overturning that decision, making it able to start funding for embryonic stem cell research because he believes that whatever it takes to ease a human's suffering outweighs the ethical issues. Stem cell research has come a long way from 1998. It's been proven that after a heart attack, stem cell therapy could actually significantly improve the recovery stages. Not only does stem cells mitigate the damage that your immune system does to your body after a heart attack, because after a heart attack, your immune system reacts very violently and damages a lot of your muscles. It not only regenerates the muscles, but it also mitigates and dampens the damage. In May of this year, we were able to make human skin cells and revert them back into embryonic stem cells, so that was a huge breakthrough. And now, since we have this replenishment of stem cells, we're able to continue our research, which is huge. We've also created stem cell storage banks for families or people that want to store their stem cells for later use, just in case you get a disease or injury or you need stem cells for whatever reason. They store them cold because it's usually how you store stuff, and you just grab them whenever. All in all, I believe that stem cell research benefits the medical field, and it heavily outweighs all the ethical issues. I believe that we're making a ton of advancements towards curing and treating once thought untreatable diseases, which is huge. And that's my presentation. Of course, when you put the next to the shaky
So you're
pizza.
saying I get to put my own stem cells next to their shaky pizza and I have my very own shaky
Of course,
pizza?
I should just play that episode. Yeah, he's not thinking. You guys are like, of course I know stem cells are
I've learned everything I know about stem cells from South Park. In fact, all that facts I'm for learning from South Park. Very accurate source. South Park and Wikipedia, two sources for information.
You should use that as your source of your own nurse.
Who says I didn't? Actually, my bibliography says that.
All right, Michael, you've got multiple parts in the proposition, and part of the proposition, of course, deals with the value issue, so you got to be careful about that. The supporting structure that you present in your preview is all information-based. It basically sounds like an informative speech on the issue instead of an argumentative speech. None of the secondary points are labeled as declarative statements. They all, most of them, as a matter of fact, are questions, and then you're going to give us the answer on those questions. The answer is the argument that you want to make. You list a whole bunch of potential benefits on stem cells. I didn't hear any source citation on those. I didn't have any examples of successes. There isn't any estimate about what the time frame is on when we're going to get those things. And frequently, the evidence doesn't distinguish whether it is adult stem cells or embryonic stem cells that are required in order to achieve those objectives. And since the controversy is really about the embryonic stem cells, you need to specify that the embryonic stem cells are the ones that are going to get us these particular benefits. At one point, you make a mention of our ability to reproduce embryonic stem cells based on new research, which would seem to mitigate the idea that there's any controversy on this. I think that point needs a lot more development. You could, in essence, argue that the controversy over stem cell research has died because of this scientific innovation, and that would be a claim of fact that I think might be a little bit clearer and have a little bit more controversy to it. Some of the historical information needs to be a little bit more accurate. There are a couple of places where you've got some data that's not doesn't quite fit with the narrative as I remember it, but I understand what you're talking about. I mean, the basic point is that there were severe restrictions put on embryonic stem cell research. Like I said, I think we need the data that says the embryonic stem cell research that's happening because of lifting the restrictions or because of the embryonic stem cell research that took place in other places when we didn't have, that didn't have those restrictions are producing all these benefits. We need to have that, and all I got is general kinds of rah-rah stuff that you might get out of an encyclopedia article talking about stem cell research as opposed to something that seems really substantive on those points. So yeah, I think you need to be a little bit more aggressive in your research. All right, thank you.